Morning, peeps. Good morning. All right. Firstly, I want to apologize for, in fact, you know what? I need to kickstart my brain. So firstly, I need a gulp of coffee. All right. What was I saying? Firstly, I want to apologize for not doing the live yesterday. I know I said I was going to do a live yesterday and talk about all this AJ Fury shit and what else is going on in the world of boxing, but I just couldn't be asked. If I was going to make an excuse, I just couldn't be asked. It got to the time and I was like, I'm tired. So apologies, peeps. I should have put it in the community tab. I do apologize for anyone that was waiting for it. I'm sure thousands of you were waiting for it, but no, apologies for that. I did say I was going to do a live watch along of Joseph Parker versus Junior Farr tomorrow. I'm watching the fight. I actually don't mind doing a watch along, but I don't know how many people are going to be interested in a watch along. I'm hearing the ring walks around 9 o'clock in the morning. So let me know in the comment section. If people want it, I will do it, but I just feel like, is anyone going to be up for it? So let me know in the comment section and then I'll do it if people say yes. If I don't get many yeses, then no point, is there? I thought it was going to be around 11, around midday. So I was like, okay, that works. But if it's 9 o'clock in the morning, I'd probably have to start the live from like 8 o'clock in the morning. Is anyone going to be up for that? I'm not quite sure. Finally, hit that subscribe button, please, peeps. We are I know I keep saying this, but we actually are very, very close to 25,000. We should have got there by now, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, like and share the vids, all the good stuff. All right, what is going on with this bloody AJ Fury situation? I mean, I did a video yesterday saying it's on. Was it yesterday or Wednesday? Wednesday, saying it's on. What I should have done is said it's on maybe, or is it on, or it's on question mark or something, because I don't know what's going on right now. I actually feel like there's the Eddie Hearn and AJ side. I'm actually more believing the Eddie Hearn and AJ side. I believe Eddie Hearn when he says, well, do I believe him? Don't know. But I kind of believe him when he says, you know what, no, we're close. That's what he's been saying for a while, but he's saying we're close. And I think he even said something. Like I saw something he said in response to Tyson Fury's interview with ESPN. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, this is it. It's on Michael Benson's Twitter page. Eddie Hearn, he was talking to Boxing Social. Eddie Hearn responds to Tyson Fury doubting Anthony Joshua will fight him. This is what Eddie Hearn said. Tyson Fury is going to get his wish. We are in. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The undisputed king is going to be Anthony Joshua, and this fight will happen. This fight is on. Trust me. See, I believe that. And people might say, Ade, you're a bit gullible. But I do believe that, which is why I kind of made that video yesterday, not just based on what he said, but because of what Anthony Joshua said as well, undisputed and all that kind of stuff. But then Tyson Fury goes on to ESPN and talks, and would Tyson Fury kind of like, I don't know, Tyson Fury is a strange one. This is what Tyson Fury said to ESPN. He said loads of things, so go and check out the interview. It's quite a long one. But this is one of the lines he says. I'm not optimistic about it. I don't think Anthony Joshua wants to fight anyway because he knows he's going to lose. He likes the fact that he's a professional boxer, and after I get finished with him, he won't be one anymore. Yeah. I mean, if I'm honest with you, for me, it sounds more like Tyson Fury is the one that's a bit and ahhing about it. Look, there's so much going on behind the scenes that we do not know about. Do I think Tyson Fury wants to fight AJ? Yes. Do I think AJ wants to fight Tyson Fury? Yes. But then it's not just about those two, is it? There's so much. There's almost too many cooks in the kitchen. That phrase rings true here. Too many cooks in the kitchen, right? I mean, if you look at the broadcasters that represent both parties, BT Sports and ESPN, then obviously, on AJ's side, we've got Sky and DAZN, right? I mean, that's 4 broadcasters, 4, which is rare, right? I mean, Jesus. And then you got promoters and managers. I mean, there's a lot of people involved in this fight. My only reservation with regards to Tyson Fury is the inactivity. If Tyson Fury had fought Caballero, which he was supposed to in December, then I have no thoughts in my mind that this fight goes ahead. I think there's going to be a problem on Tyson Fury's side with Tyson Fury going into an undisputed fight against AJ, which is a threat to him. As much as he likes to say, oh, it's easy work, it's not easy work. Having not fought for, let's just say the fight happens in July, right? Because that's kind of the date I'm thinking. You're talking Tyson Fury been out the ring for 17 months. Remember, he last fought Deontay Wilder around a year ago. It was, yeah, pretty much exactly a year ago now. It's a long time. I remember he tweeted when Josh Warrington lost, and he spoke about, and Conor McGregor, when both of those people lost, he said something about inactivity is a problem, or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. But he said something along the lines of inactivity. I mean, he's the same. He's the same. So if there's anyone that doesn't, like, I'm leaning to that, if there's anyone that has a problem with making this fight, I think it's Fury as opposed to AJ. Now, I could be saying that because I am an AJ fan, maybe. I don't know. But I tell you what, I'm more than an AJ fan. I'm a boxing fan. And I want this fight to happen for boxing, but I'm not sure. I really am not sure. I mean, it would be nice to hear from Frank, Bob Arum about this. It would be nice to hear from someone. Obviously, the only people we're hearing from right now is the people on AJ's side. And that's just really Eddie Hearn, isn't it? But, yeah, man, I'm fuck's sake. I'm stuttering because I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had some news. You know what, to be fair, I know a bit more about it. I have to be honest with you. But I don't know how much of that I can say for now. Yeah. I don't know how much I can say. But I believe if you, like, gun to the head, does this fight happen July, August, gun to the head? Yes, it does. Yes, it bloody does. But again, I think Fury's an issue. The thing with Fury as well is that, like, in my head, I'm thinking, just have a little interim fight now. But you can't just have a little interim fight with Fury. Fury's not that, right? You can't have a Schwartz or an Otto Wallin because you still got to pay him big money, right? He's got that contract with Top Rank. Because in my head, I'm thinking, why can't he just do what Canelo's doing and fight like Canelo, a Yildirim type, and then obviously the big one? But you just can't risk getting heavyweight division. I mean, look at the cut he got against Otto Wallin. I mean, that's it. If that cut happens again before the AJ fight, it's not, the AJ fight is on pause. So fuck's sake. That's all I want to say right now. Is fuck's sake. Jeez. Let's just hope, right? Let's just hope. Guys, go and check out the interview of Tyson Fury and ESPN. I think he's talking to Brett Okamoto about the Wilder situation, the AAG situation, all of it. Go and check it out. All right, another big thing that happened yesterday, I think it was yesterday, was this purse bid, which is kind of, I mean, rocked the boxing world. Is that an exaggeration? No, it isn't an exaggeration. It's rocked the boxing world for Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Kambosos, I always do that. Kambosos or Kambosos? Kambosos, I'm going to say. Now, it went to purse bids, as you guys all know. Bob Arum and ESPN bidded $2.32 million. Eddie Hearn and DAZN bidded $3.51 million, which is massive. And then TRILLER, Ryan Kavanagh and TRILLER bidded $6.02 million. Oh, that's huge. This is huge for so many different reasons. Huge, obviously, the money's huge. And you know, well done to Teofimo, because he's going to be getting paid. Although he does have to give Top Rank quite a hefty chunk of that, by the way. I think I read something like $800,000 to $900,000 or something along those lines. So they still win. But it's huge because TRILLER have now become a player in this boxing world. They're not just putting on fights for Mike Tyson or fights for YouTubers. They're now putting on serious fights. This is a serious fight. And all of a sudden, a name has come from nowhere. Let's be honest, nowhere. And is now a rival to DAZN, to ESPN, to everyone. all of a sudden, if that's the kind of money they're chucking down, and look, I don't think they're going to chuck it down for every fight, but that's the kind of money where they think, you know, we can make a profit here, and they're going to chuck that down. This is big, and it's going to be interesting to see how Triller impact the boxing world going forward, because this is massive. I'm very interested to see as well about how this all looks. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure all of you did watch the Tyson versus Roy Jones. Obviously it had Soup Doggy Dogg as co-coms. It was very, very different. I liked it. I liked the look of it. But is that the style they're going to keep for what is a real fight now? Or are they going to get real play-by-play commentators, ringside? I mean, is it going to be more real than what it was last time? Or are they going to keep that kind of style? I mean, how would people react? And I don't think it's going to happen, but how would people react to Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos and Snoop Dogg commentated? I personally wouldn't mind. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't mind, but I don't know if boxing fans would like that. I'm not quite sure. And then what do they do? Look, it will obviously be a pay-per-view main event, but do they put it on the same time they put on Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson? Do they put it on the same time they put on a couple of YouTube fights? I mean, how's this going to look? Interesting, but Triller are now a big rival, I think, to DAZN. I really do. Just because they're a different type of broadcaster. It's going to be very interesting to see how this goes forward. And what also is going to be interesting is, obviously, look, Teofimo Lopez is going to get big money for this. I don't know the splits on this. I think it could be 75-25 split on that 6.02 million purse. But what's interesting is Top Rank can't pay him that for every fight going forward. So it's all well and good that him getting paid big this time, and look, get your money where you can. But going back to Top Rank after this fight, they're not going to be able to match anything like this. So look, it's interesting. Honestly, I find it very, very interesting. Triller are here to stay. They're here to stay. Again, I like their production for Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. I just don't know if it's one that hardcore, but they don't give a fuck about hardcore boxing fans. I'm about to say, if it's one that hardcore boxing fans would like, they don't care about what hardcore boxing fans like. Canelo Alvarez versus Yildirim tomorrow, or early hours of Sunday morning. Should be a good one. Joseph Parker, Junior Farr as well. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got for any news. Disappointing that we aren't going to see that little pocket rocket, Julio Cesar Martinez. He's out from his fight, hand injury. I'm shocked by that, if I'm honest with you. The fight is in 2 days. It's only just broke about 10 hours that is out. Like, what are you doing 2 days away from your, like, it's done. Sparring's done, bag work's done. What are you doing? Like, it should be just ticking over. So I'm guessing he's had this hand injury for about 3 or 4 weeks. And he's hoped that it would heal when it hasn't healed. And yeah, so that's a bit disappointing. Okay, here's a bit about Aram. Sorry, peeps. A bit about Aram saying that Triller made Top Rank 800,000 in 5 minutes. That's what I was referring to, that Top Rank still get a lot of that money. Anything else we got here? Let's have a quick look. Sorry, I wasn't really planning to talk about other stuff. Manuel Charr vows to beat Bryan, then wants Fury Joshua winner. Next. Eddie Hearn, Golovkin versus Munguia is great fight for middle. What's going on with Golovkin? Like, he beat that Zaramata, and which was his mandatory. What's happening? Like, what is happening? Is there any talk about him fighting? I haven't heard anything about Golovkin. Nothing. Still, this Josh Kelly talk rumbles on. Eddie Hearn here saying that Josh Kelly needs to move up to 154 pounds. It was out-hustled by David Avanesian. I mean, look, if he moves up to 154 over here, like I've said before, I'm going to reiterate it. There's some great fights from over here at 154. Some great fights. Cheeseman, Fowler, Eggington, Fitzgerald, if he can sort himself out. I know he's got issues outside the ring. Good fights. World level is where we have a problem. So we'll see. We'll see. But there are good fights to learn your trade here. And if he can come through all the guys that are here, then maybe he's ready for world level. We shall see. Sorry, peeps. Sean Porter, it's not too late for Adrian Broner to be refurbished. I think it is. Josh Warrington to consider retirement if he can't win Lara rematch. Why is he having a Lara rematch? Why? Why? Answer on a postcard. Why does he need it? Swerve it. Have 2 free fights, and then maybe if Lara wins a world title, fight Lara. There's absolutely no reason to fight Lara. Your belt wasn't online. There's no reason. No one's going to convince me there's a reason he has to fight Lara. I mean, I could literally list off so many where an underdog has beaten the perceived favourite, and that's it. He's moved on. The favourites moved on, underdogs moved on. And after a couple of years of wins, the favourite, you don't even remember it. You remember it, but it's not like you have to chase it. You don't have to. I mean, I think this is really, really, really dangerous for him. Let's have a look. Have we got any other bits and bobs? I see a photo here of Andy Ruiz, who looks in good shape, but he always takes photos from an angle where I just can't tell if he actually is in good shape or not. I mean, the only thing that would convince me that Andy Ruiz has lost weight is simply the scales. Jump on those motherfucking scales and then we will know. 2 secs. I think I saw something on Canelo. Okay, this is interesting. Canelo on Billy Joe Saunders. His style is very difficult. He is a lefty, so that makes it even more difficult. But I'm a fighter who has fought against all kinds of styles. I am ready for any style. I just have to work. I love that. I love that by Canelo because that's kind of what I've been saying. But I like the respect that he's paying to Billy Joe Saunders as well. But I've always said that because when people say, oh, Billy Joe Saunders' style is quite difficult for Canelo, I've said, don't tell me there isn't a Billy Joe Saunders-like style in all of Canelo's, I don't know how many fights are up to now, 52 or whatever we're up to. He's fought a Billy Joe Saunders style, but I do like the fact that he's knowing it's a tough fight because it is a tough fight for him. I've always said that I think Canelo wins, but don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that Canelo wins easily. I'm not saying this is in any way yielded him or anything like a Rocky Fielding type fight. No. This is a tough fight for him. But let's not overlook the work he's got on the early hours of Sunday morning first. Let him get past that guy yielded him who looks very, very big and strong. And then we can talk about Billy Joe Saunders because it's a good one. It's a good one. Shame. We can talk about Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo, but we can't talk about Spence Crawford and we can't talk about AJ Fury yet. I have more hope though for AJ Fury than Spence Crawford. Spence Crawford ain't happening, people. Peace.